Hey everyone! Today we're going to run through this match I played versus Zdenek at the UBC in Marbella. So this is the third run through. Let's get straight into it. I need to press play, don't I? So let's press play on the video. Zdenek's on the top, I'm on the bottom. Start with a wee 4-1. Okay, so I split. Double 5. Kind of good, but kind of bad. I know that if I fan, I'm going to be taking. Very easy take. So 2-6 is a great shot. The triple split. Okay, so nothing much is happening. Just from memory, it's kind of vanilla from here on in. Ah, okay. No, this is a play. What do we do here? So 6-2. My first instinct now, looking at it, is I want to make the 17 to just get that guy out from under the 3-point board. And the obvious play is, I suppose, making the bar. And then, what else do we have? We can hit twice, but I would discount that. So I imagine... I can't remember what I was thinking. So I imagine I was thinking that I'm going to make the bar. Okay, I'm going to pause. Go to... let's go to the board. And so we're here. What are we trying to do? I mean, what's the goal? What is the aim? What are we trying to do? I think I've said most of it. But the problem is if we make the bar, then we're leaving 5s and 4s. We're leaving 5s and 4s to hit. So I'm not going to give away the answer yet. So you guys are going to guess, all three of you. Yeah, like obviously if we make the bar like I did, then it looks like this. If my computer will stop hanging. Okay. Well, okay, let's imagine it. So leaves 5s and 4s, but then if you make the 17, then you leave 6s and you leave 7s and 8s as well. So how do you decide? I mean, what's the... I don't really even know how you decide between them. But I think the reason why I went for the bar is because I decided that if I was going to leave shots, I want to leave shots where the men are further back and they have travelled not as far as the guys that are here, and so they don't get sent back as far. That's really all I can say about this play. So let's see what the computer thinks. I think it's wrong to make the bar from memory. Okay, I didn't even see this. So again, I didn't see making the 9-point for some reason. Which is really strange. But let me put it on the board. Of course, if I see this, then it's much better than you just play with one block. Simon says, containing white back checkers is to be a plan, doesn't it? Yeah, that's true as well. That's true as well. So if you make the 17, then you don't do anything to achieve that goal. So anything that's not making a 9-point or making the bar is a humongous blunder. But again, I don't know why I didn't see making the 7-point. I do not know why. All right, let's move on. So already I made a mistake. So Zdenek has double 1s. I'm going to go back a little bit. Again, you can see I didn't see the double one, the 6-2 play at all. So Zdenek rolls double one. And I don't think this is obvious either. I don't think it is anyway. Okay. My computer's... I'm going to go to the board. This is never as easy as it seems. So, what seems like the play is to switch. Yeah, I didn't see David. I didn't see making the 9. So what seems like the play with this double one is to switch, and then how do we know what we're going to do with the aces, the other 2 aces? Probably just leave them split. And I was surprised that when Zdenek didn't, when he started to play the move, he didn't actually move the checkers in the inner board at all. He just moved the outer checkers, and I was like, is that really right? But you kind of think if the player you're playing is a good player, that you're going to trust his instinct. So let's see what he goes for. So you can make... It's kind of... Now he takes his hand off the board. Now he does go for this. I think... Oh yeah, he did go for... We can see that he switched. And then he just sort of... Once he saw the switch from the 3-point, he then played the other 2 ones pretty quickly. Hey Chris, nice to see you. Thank you all so much for joining in on this little... bonanza of backgammon. So he did play the double one, and I think that is probably, well, at least I do something that involves switching. Double one for white though, Chris. And the computer confirms that switching is right, and then coming up to the 20 is best, second best, coming up to the 21. Okay, so I remember that now. Let's go back to the video. My go. And we can see I roll a 5-3. That's a very good roll. Now my game plan's pretty clear. 5-4, I think, is awkward because you don't want to play 6-1, but he does. Does he do this? Well, we can see in the annotation that he does do this, and I don't remember what was right, and I think I would probably play something else, although I don't know what I would play just looking at it now. Any ideas? So I might... I consider going to the 11, but I don't want to take my checker out and leave my back checkers there like that, stuck. And then another player is playing 13-4, which I think is reasonable. Or you can come out with the 5, and since you're quite heavily stacked on the 13, you can play like this, and you do leave 3s and 1s, but you've got a better board. There is a lot going on in this, even in this play, which seems innocuous, but I was really surprised that he would play 6-1 here, and without even thinking. Is that just because you think, well, you have to make the 20? But well, let's say, yeah, slot the 4. Let's say you're... Why are you so certain that you have to make the 20 here? Of course, you make the 20 under normal circumstances, but why is it absolutely certain, given that it's not the most overwhelmingly threatening front position for me to crash down on him? But so to summarize, I don't really know what's right, but I would consider something else. I would probably not play 6-1. And the computer thinks without a doubt that his play is right. So that's really good play. I was hoping that... Well, 13-4 isn't too bad. Although it seems to get worse on a higher analysis. Yeah. I would have trouble burning this man. And then anything else is really bad. Yeah. What more can I say? Just really horrible, really ugly to put a man on the ace point. Especially when you've got no 5-4 and 3 point. So... Being down in the race, yeah, could be. You don't want to lose your race lead. Could be. Okay, let me go back to the board. So I'm stopping, am I? Again, I'm on the bottom playing the white checkers. I know I'm not going to double, but I'm just trying to digest the implications of him having a checker on the ace point and me having like a position that's kind of starting to get round. Like with the 4-3, I think it's pretty clear that I have to play safe. 5-3, he could come out, but if he's behind, I suppose it makes sense to slot the 5 point. Maybe we'll have a look at those two later, but... And now I'm stopping to think again, but it's probably not improved for me, has it? It's a bit of a strange position on the board that you don't get very often. 3-1, I have to leave a shot. So if I'm up in the race, I just want him to get out of my hair. Okay, it looked like a 1-1. Obviously it wasn't. 3-1, I believe. Again, I'm stopping to think, which is fine. I don't think I would ever seriously consider it doubling. I don't think there are any rolls or sequences of rolls after which he's not going to take a double next go. Again, I have to leave a shot, so I'm going to play 6-2, 6-1. Sometimes I wonder whether I need to take so much time over something that's so obvious. I'm just double checking, just as a matter of dynamic, or I feel comfortable checking so that I'm fairly sure I haven't missed something obvious. So the 5-4 he can play quickly. It's very, very forced. What's happened? Okay, the video glitched. Now the double 2. Again, I'm not looking at the panel before I play. Before I choose the move. But so the obvious play is taking them both to the 13 point, and maybe it's the right play. And then I'm thinking, is there any reason why I wouldn't do that? And there is good reason. Like, you want to block, if the race is close, you want to block your opponent's good numbers. I'm 11 pips up before the roll, so this seems to make sense. Maybe I overthink positions a little bit too much. And now he's got like a tricky decision, I suppose, whether to come out or not. So there were the double 2, 6-2, okay. I'm not leaving shots now, so I'm guessing that he should come out, and which is what he did. So he's taking a little bit of time. He's only down to 13-18. I'm already 1 minute lower on the clock. Okay, so I agree with this play. Let's have a look what the computer thinks. We can just check the other plays as well while we're at it. So the 6-2. Yep. Coming out is right. And then did we have anything else that we wanted to consider? I don't think we really did. So we'll go back to the video, click on play. now the double is coming more into fruition. We can see how I win this game. We've not got any checkers that we're going to have to leave shots in front of, really, not for the moment. We can roll double six, double five, double four. I choose not to cube, but that's just because the race is still too close. But notice that he's got some kind of wastage, some burnt men, which is in my favour. So a 2-1, we had a 3-1, what did we have? I didn't keep up. Anyway, we got to this position. And I'm 11 pips up. He's got that wastage. I'm quite comfortable with this double. He obviously takes. These are always takes. They're trivial decisions. Let's have a look at... these are always much bigger takes than doubles. It's not volatile, so it's not going to be a big double. And on 4-ply it's 0.02. I wonder whether that gets bigger or smaller or stays the same on XG Roller Plus. This can be an interesting thing. It pretty much stays the same. So 11 pips, you know, maybe this is a kind of a, we can see this as a some sort of reference. Although there are some quirks to the position, the open 4 and 3 point. So maybe normally 11 pips wouldn't be a double, but it becomes a double because of the wastage. So I double, of course he takes. I roll a 5-3. Okay, he stops with a 2-1. Boring, boring, boring. It's going to be a bit of a boring game. Glitch on the video. 4-1. 6-3. He's going to clear the mid. Or not. Oh, he doesn't clear the mid. I don't think that's right. So what are we looking... We can see he ends up playing 13-4. And the question is, oh, and he sort of suddenly puts the checker there with some force, with some sort of, anyway. What I'm looking at as to whether or not, in his position, whether I try and strengthen my board, is whether or not I'm forced to leave a shot with any number. And I notice that I can play my sixes from either the 8 point here or the 2 point. That's not absolutely decisive, because maybe I would prefer, if I rolled a 6, to play the 6 from there and leave an indirect shot. Now, if I were to choose to play my 6 from the midpoint, of course, he's got a checker still there, and I would be leaving a direct shot. So, well, it's going to be close either way, but I think I would have brought 2 down. And Zdenek's absolutely right to make his play, although it's like, it's a little bit close. 0.0127 on plus. Okay, so I guess the idea is that I probably want to be leaving the midpoint with 1, and this prevents me from doing so. Yeah? Yeah? Okay, so let's go back. Like 3-2 might be a roll, it might be another roll that I'd like to play from the midpoint. If he had left vacated with both checkers. Now I have to do something like this. And this makes sense to me, not making the board so that he can't stay there. Because if he was to stay there, I would have a board and I could hit him with a 1, and he doesn't want that. Now with this 5-3, I just don't think you would ever want to leave a shot where it's not necessary, but let me check. Let me check. So these are very common decisions. Where are we? We had the 4-2-4-1, then we had 13-7, which he'd play like that, and then we have a... well, of course we can't do it, so what the hell am I talking about? So my 5-3 is forced. If I had the energy, I would set it up on another board, but it's going to be difficult to do that. Okay, alright, back into this. Let's go. What's he got? What's he got? Double aces. Doesn't really matter too much what he does. He's switching, I'm not sure why. Maybe just 7-3, or... Question is, does he really care if he has to play off to play off the 20-point anchor with the 6? I don't think it really matters too much if he plays them both in. Okay, so Zdenek's now down to 12 minutes 27, so the clocks are equalizing. Sometimes we just kind of a bit too pernickety on these little plays and we take a little bit too much time. 2-1, of course leaving no shots. I agree with this play, I'm not gonna, so I just keep a board, don't leave shots. 6-5, he's just gonna come out with 1. He's behind in the race. So he's got probably 35%, maybe something in that ballpark. 6-2, keeping the tension. Fills the gap, nice. (5-2), of course I have to leave this the 8 shot. Feels very balanced somehow, so he's going to stay back. (4-2), of course staying back. So he's had 5 shots twice in a row, which is quite a lot. You can see why he might have had 30%. And he might be getting more shots now. So 5-4 brings it in. And now he has to run. And even here he must have like 20% more. (5-1), takes one off. Oops, I throw boxes. Okay, 6-5. Okay, double 5 is going to clinch it really. Okay, so I'm 2-0 up. So 1 or 2 decisions in that game, not really that many. The 5-4 which Zdenek got right, I would have got wrong. So he starts with a 3-1. There's my 4-2. 6-3, he's going to split and come down. This is classic backgammon. I'm going to roll the double 5. If he fanned, I'm not sure if he does fan. Yeah, I thought about this cube for quite a while because I'm 2-0 up. And he thought about the take for a long, long time. So what's going on here? At a normal score, this is probably tricky as to whether you can take this. against a 4-point board and having a man out there and probably a pass, but at 2-0 it's a different species altogether. At 2-0 he has to take much more deeply. So we will see how much time Zdenek takes over this. And you started on about 12:22. So of course if I roll small numbers I miss, you know, 1-1, 1-2, 3-1, 4-1, 4-3, but then he's still on the bar and he has to come in. Having said that, if I hit, it's not completely dead for him, of course, because he's got 2 points he can come in on. What should make his decision easier is that he doesn't need to be that concerned about losing a gammon. In other words, if he just passes and I get to 3-0 up, he's already up against it. His match equity, I can't remember what 4 away, 7 away is, but it's something like, maybe I'm a 66% favourite, I'm not sure. But if he just passes the cube, he's up against it, and therefore the logic is that he has to just bear the brunt of being gammoned, when the upside is that he's holding a cube on 2 and that he can just recube quite early back to 4. Okay, he's still thinking, so he's been thinking for 2 minutes. I didn't really get to the nub of that, of the dynamic, the cube dynamic there. I mean, it's like the question is, why could he foot the loss of 4 points better than he can at 0-0? And what I was driving at is that he's already losing the match. So he takes it after 2 minutes thought. 5-4, I think I'd probably decided I was going to play 2 down already. I don't see what else I can do. 5-6, he has to come in and come out. So, yeah, difference between coming in with 1 checker against a 4 is 56% down to 11%. That's got to be a consideration for not taking. So what, coming in with 2 checkers, you mean if he gets hit? I'm not following. I'm not saying that, I'm just saying I'm being slow. Yeah, I think that's what you're saying. Anyway, let's have a look at this cube action. I mean, I would have been very surprised if he passed. And it is a double, but it's a much, much bigger take. And then the double increases quite a lot on XG Roller Plus, which is interesting. And if I click XG Roller Double Plus, let's see where it goes. I want to put this position in. Maybe I can just about manage this on another extreme gammon. Let me see if I can set this up, and we'll show you that 0-0 it's probably a pass. It looks like a pass. Just looking at 64% and 42% gammon seems to be a pass to me. Just to show people how much a difference the score makes, even a 2-0 lead. So let's cancel this because it's taking up too much energy. And let's add the second board. to the evaluation. So it's a very easy take. I rolled the 5-4. Zdenek rolled a 5-6. I rolled 4-2, hitting twice. That's obvious. So yeah, he's going to lose a gamble a lot of the time, but he has to take. I haven't been able to explain it very well. Of course, I'm going to split with the 1, just come down with the 4. Don't know why I'm taking so long. Double 5 is going to come round and down. 1, 2, 3. And then come down to the 8. Well, I'm glad I'm trying to explain, Simon, but it's 6-2 probably just come out or not. Oh, try and hit that checker, so bring another builder in. That seems reasonable. None of these are worth looking at the analysis because they're pretty obvious. I rolled embarrassingly well here. So I do that little flick with the hand that sort of picked up off Hideaki, and I think Mochi does it as well. Let's go back to this 4-3. Let's go back to this 4-3 where you can make the point we saw, hopefully, that we can make this point here. But I think we have such an overwhelming board advantage that we can afford to try and stop our opponent from anchoring. And we should do. And we hit a third checker, so it's a bit of a no-brainer. Great, I'm really pleased that you guys I'm sorry for I wish it was seamless and flowing and beautiful, and I had my stream thing where I just pressed a button and it went from stream to stream, but kind of doing it on so we can see that actually just making the 5 point is an innocent little 0.2 blunder, and I don't think anyone would. But if the checker on the 15 wasn't there, then I think that intermediate players might not make the 4. They might not hit with the 4 on the 2 point, and they just might make the 5. Back to the video. Zdenek presumably fanned. I came in with 1. Double 4, my god. Two ones, the closeout. I don't remember any of this. 2-1. Try not to leave boxes, but then if I play 8-5, double 3 is not nice. I presume it's right to play 8-5, but let's check. Yeah. I think there I took it back because I was thinking of clearing the 6 point, but no need. And the backgammon is probably worth keeping in the very back of my mind, although I don't really get that much. As in, if it risks too much to try and get a backgammon at this score, when a gammon will just put you at 6-0 up, where your match equity is going to be about 91%. So you're only gaining 9% for the backgammon, as opposed to what you lose if you end up not getting the gammon, or even not winning the game. So it looks difficult. All I need to do is clear, so I do that, and it looks very difficult to save this. Yeah, you asked me this, Chris. So if you just Google this, Google this guy Rain Bilderbeck. He's got his own YouTube channel, RAIN. Google Rain, Google XG Skins, or enter it into the YouTube search field, and you should find him. And he has his contact details on there. And I think he charges about $5, $6, something like that, $6. So I end up gammoning Zdenek. So after 2 games I go to 6-0 up. So it's very normal to 7-point matches are short. This can happen a lot. But it gets a little bit more interesting now. Four, 3, 4-2. 3-6. Theory. Double 4. Hitting is going to win more games because it escapes a checker, I think. Come in. 6-5, he'll run. I'm not sure about, probably right. 5-4. I think it must be right to hit at DMP. Let's have a look. Let's see how bad making the anchor is. I mean, you don't really need to make an anchor where you're not worried about getting gammoned. So making the anchor wins 29% of games, and hitting wins 33%. Okay. There we go, there's our answer. Back to the board. If anyone wants to go back to a play, yeah, let me know. Let me know, let me know, let me know. So 6-4, he comes in and out. I hit with 2-1. Yep. What's that? 2-1. Oh, I'm gonna hit, right? I don't think there's any dispute about that. 4-2, he's gonna hit and come down to the 11. Ah, he can make the point, I see. He does a little thumb lift. Okay, I assume that's better. It looks better. I didn't even see it. So what does he want? He wants to stop me, either stop me from making the 4-point at the cost of being possibly hit himself, or just lock in the 5-point at the cost of me maybe making the 4-point. And I think he's better off locking in the 5-point. So weirdly enough, Zdenek's used more time, and I think it's because he used 2 minutes on that cube decision. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen his book. I mean, I've seen it, but I haven't read it. So he does think about this. So like, not all of my rolls are gonna make the, let's see what the computer thinks, are gonna make the 4 point anyway. So I would go for this as well. Yeah. I have a similar decision. I admit I struggle with these. I don't know how I would what I'm thinking though now is that the gain from being on the 16 point isn't so much over just being on the 22 points. If I just put that on the other board so you guys can see. So of course if I hit, let's forget about all the other consequences, but one of the gains of hitting is that you've escaped that checker there. But actually in this position there's a premium on staying on the 22 so that you can anchor up with a 2. So perhaps arguably you prefer to be on the 22 point, and if you figure that out and you convince yourself that that's true, then maybe you convince yourself that not hitting is right, you stay on the 22 point, you play 24 to 22 and then play 10 to 4. Let's see what the computer thinks. Okay, very close actually. Although the strange thing is that the best play, firstly, is one that I didn't even consider. Again, I didn't see this time or when I played, and it wins fewer games than the second best play, which wins 30.8% games. And I don't know why that would be, other than because it loses more backgammons. Yeah, it loses 6% backgammons instead of 4.4, so that could swing it. That could definitely swing it. So best play to play 24, 18, 6 to 4, which will look like this. Not like that. It will look like that. And I was just considering between 24, 16 and this. I'm a bit concerned. I keep missing plays. Okay, let's get back to the video. So yeah, I think I really wanted to be on the 22 point, which is not necessarily where you want to be, I'm assuming, trusting what the computer's saying. So I've thought about this for a while. Okay, well, I'm gonna make it, a little sigh. I didn't like it. 4-3 is gonna hit. Double 3 is easy enough. Bring 2 in, slot the 3 point. 6-4. The 4-2 is, I think, easy enough. You can't play 8-2 because you haven't got the timing. Double 3. Yeah, I don't see anything else but this. Two 6. Do I want to bring one down and get hit with an ace if he rolls one? Maybe. I'm not sure why I went for this. I'm not sure why I went for that. Oh, I see. Because I have my back checkers further back, so I've got more to play with. In a way. I've got more pips to play with, if that makes sense. Let's go to XG. See what it wants. They're even. They're completely tied. Okay. Alright, back to the video. These are tricky. My instinct is always to hit on the 2-point. Because I think that Zdenek is quite happy to be hit. He can just about manage to come in. If he's hit, he can just about manage to come in because he's got a spare checker on the 7-point that he will use for the other dice, the other die. Four, 3, 2 down, trying to make the 9-point, the 3-point, so bring them in range. Okay, could clear the back, but well, I don't think any of these plays are a big deal. Okay, 6-4, yep, yep. A double 5, is that a good roll? I don't know. 6-5, okay, you come out with both. I don't think he's leaving shots with anything, and then you're just gonna have to come out. Anyway, and I don't want to stay there and risk rolling something that's gonna crunch my inner board. 6-3 leaves a shot, but then you don't really gain that much from being there. 5-2 leaves a shot. 5-4, you gain from 5-4 if you stay there. He will have to play 5 off and then either take a man off the 4-point or play 6-2. I would never have guessed I took so much time over this. I don't think it's close. Let's have a look what the computer thinks. Even after seeing that, which I don't think I saw at the time, that 5-4 leaves a shot. It's wrong. In fact, I should just stay. Wow, it's 3.5% difference. So what I was worried about, if I play this, is then just crunching. Yeah, the 6-5, hey in, yeah. That's a bad one. It's usually just trying to overcome one's instinct, and my instinct was to play 2 out. But I guess at Crawford, you're just trying to win the game, and so unless you've got some horrific crunching numbers after you stay in, then what else left a shot? I mean, my God, 5-4 left I would have been far better off staying. So much to learn. Disappointing. So I come out probably like happy with my play. 4-1 wouldn't have done anything. Right, exactly. Not terribly likely to get crack or get pointed on. Whatever, double 2, obviously not splitting, not coming up, staying back. And I could have just been back there on the 3-point still. 6s, he takes 4 off. I don't know why I even bothered saying that. I roll a 4-2, so I'm just trying to make the 7 or close my board. Yeah, I was just worried about the 3-3, exactly. I was worried about the 3-3. 6-2, it's 2 off. Would I have had a man on the 3? I would have missed. I'm going to be back in 2 seconds. I'm back. I don't know whether the checker would have still been there, but so he has to leave a shot. Where are we? He plays 4 off. I would have hit. He'd only have had 8 off. I'd have been favourite. So now I'm worried about getting backgammoned. But I think it must be right to stay. So this double 2, if I remember rightly, I immediately come off, but is it right? Surely it can't be right to stay. Oh, I spoke too soon, so let's see what I do here. I made some silly play, came up to the 22 point. And because I was worried about getting backgammoned, I somehow thought that if he rolls a big double, it does save a few backgammons. It does save a few backgammons. You get backgammon 2.7% of the time instead of 4.8. Okay, so it's strange, a bit of a strange play. Just giving up. Oh, I forgot to include the sound. Silly me. There we go. So now you'll be able to hear Nick talking in the background. So 6-1, 6-2. This is where the shit hits the fan. So most people playing in UBC would cube now, but he's trying to get me to pass incorrectly. And so I was like, oh, I don't mind that. I'm kind of confident enough with cube handling. But anyway, we'll get to that. What should I do with the 2 here? If we're being accurate. I feel now I should really play 24-22. If I'm going to get cubes, I'm going to be taking... if he cubes now and then hits, I'm not happy with that. And if he doesn't cube now... and then hits, and then I take... well, I don't want to have a second man back. But let's see what the computer thinks. Just a little 2-1. Very close. Oh, so close. Meaningless. Why do we even consider these plays? Is there going to be a difference on plus? Probably not. Okay, prefers the natural play. So Zdenek rolls 2-1. And I can see that he plays 11 and 5, and I agree with this play. I don't think... so, like, he's not gonna... he wants to get a position that he can cube me in and maybe get me to erroneously pass or erroneously take. But what he risks here, if he gets hit, is that he risks getting to that position. Because if he gets hit, then he only has this automatic double. He always has the automatic double, but he doesn't have the benefit of having a double that's powerful enough whereby I'm gonna possibly pass. So that's what he risks losing. My sense is that if that's his strategy, then it's worth doing what he did. So I'm not going to see what the computer thinks is right, because the computer is just working on the basis that it's an automatic double anyway, and that whenever you double, your opponent is going to make correct take-pass decisions. So I don't know, I did something 4-1, but anyway, he hit me, I came back, made the anchor, so I'm happy. And just play 13-11. So he makes the anchor here. Is there any... I mean, I know he doesn't really need the anchor, but... is there anything terribly wrong with making the 11 and playing 24-21, let's say? No, they're all pretty close actually. Let's see what they come out on XG Roller Plus. Yeah, so making the anchor comes down a little bit. I mean, it's hardly an error. But it's sort of a springboard, and I've got an anchor anyway, so yeah, whatever. Anyway, he makes it. I roll boxes, huge, surely making the 7 and hitting is right, rather than stacking them all up on the 8. Landing spot's really important. Yeah, I can't believe that anything else is right. I cannot believe. 3-1, okay, comes in and hits. Yep, just come out, nothing else. How much time have we got? So I've got 5:55. He's going to do the double slot. Very nice. He's got 7:35. So 38. Plenty of times at this particular juncture. 2-1 I'm happy to see. I just get safe. So I think at the moment in this match I'm feeling pretty good about his decision not to double. If he wants to double me, I'm kind of thinking, well, it's probably not going to be a difficult position to take. And even if it isn't a take, hopefully I will see that it isn't a take. And I'm quite happy to be faced with difficult decisions. So his double 6 is a little bit awkward because he's got to overextend and go to the 2-point. Presumably he's down in the race, so he doesn't want to come out. He'll be 9 pips down. Maybe he needs to just play around from the 21 point. I didn't really pay attention to this play all that much. Let's see. Let's go to the board. So he can just play out from the 21 and relinquish coverage. Is that absurd? I really don't know. Okay, it's still working on the 3-2. Let's get that cancelled so that we can see the double 6. (21-15-2) is a play. Ah, they're on the 21. Yeah, I think I meant 22. So 22 all the way round to 4. And then 14-8. The best is to come out to the 15 and keep the back coverage. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. And we're in double figures. Oh my god! Wow, wonderful. Okay, I'm going to keep it. It's exciting. So anyway, he makes a small error. Let's go back to the video. Tiny, I mean, like, it's like 0.002. (3-1) is great, of course. 5-1, he carries on building his board, staying back. Seems right to me. (4-3), would I not have given... I'm clearly considering it. Is it... If I clear the 14 point, play 14-10, 13-10, lots of his 2s are going to be good. 2-4, 2-3, 2-5, 2-1. Let's have a look at this, because I'm not sure about that. So I've just played 13-6. Of course, you can hit on the 3-point as well, but that doesn't seem to be right to leave a shot, even with the board. You want the landing spots. So let's have a look. So actually hitting on... Wow, okay. Making the 10 points only slightly worse than my play, but let's put it on XG Roller Plus. See what that says. Making the 3 point. So getting him out of your face. So there's something, let me just get rid of that. Oh, there we go, beautiful. So this is what it looks like after making the 3 point. But I'm still worried about him coming in on the ace point or something like that. Maybe rolling something like 1-3, coming in and covering. So I didn't like that. Let's go back. Let me just have a look at it. I'm trying to learn. So this is what it looks like before. Yeah, I can see it. I mean, it's easy to see once you've got the computer confirmed, but confirming it. Okay, so anyway, I play 13-6, which is a bit stiff. 5-4 is 2 down. I was going to say, if anyone who's watching isn't subbed to the channel, then I would love it if you sub. I'm getting so close to 790. So double 2, I'm making the 9 point. I can do other stuff though. Hold on. I can do other stuff with the double 2. I can, let's just check. I can make like the 10 point and stuff. But I suppose you just make the compact 5 prime. No reason not to. Okay. And Zdenek rolls 2-1. This. Why did I not just break the 14 point here? So I figured I'm up in the race, and I'm always having an eye on. Yeah, of course, making the 5 primes and the 6 primes, but being flexible and being prepared to break them. And I figured that if I cleared from the 9 point, I would put 2 nice builders. I would be flexible, and I might be able to point on the 3 point. But I guess what I'm not understanding about this position is that you just don't want to let him out with 6s. Like, for example, the guy from the 22 will just go with 6s. Actually, I'm really not sure what's going on in this position. All I remember is that this is a big, big blunder. Anyone got any ideas? I mean, I guess it's obvious everyone keeps the 5 prime, and I just do something stupid and special needs. I mean, even 6-3 is a normal play. I think I would go for 6-3 normally. And all I need to do is just get this and then not get hit, and then... Or maybe I'm just not wanting to get hit and then get cubed or something. For example, what happens if he rolls a 3-6 and then cubes? Easy take. Must be an easy take. Even losing all those gammons. Or 3-1. So how do I need to approach this? Just keep the 5 prime at all costs. And then I clear it. So let's see what the computer thinks. I mean, it must be much better to play 6-3. I mean, without even thinking. No. So just clearing from the back, of course. But even playing 14, 13, 13, 12 is slightly inaccurate, so you want to keep it back there. I'm not going to count shots because I'm too lazy. So anything that clears the 14 point, and I guess that's the normal play, but actually 6-3 is worse. Why is that? Because of gammons, possibly? If anyone has any ideas. And of course, as soon as I saw this number, I was like, oh, I have to break something. And I didn't know what to break. I just had no idea. So 14, 12, 6, 5 or 14, 11. I didn't want 2 blots. That's what it was. So how many shots is it if you play 14, 12, 6, 5? So it's 6, 2, 6, 4. That's it. What am I thinking of? It's just 4 shots. And then the problem is that when he rolls one and then you fan and then he picks up the second checker. But it's only 4 shots to start with. So that's what I'm going to go with. Anyway, I cleared it. And then as soon as I saw the double 6, I was like, oh, I think I've made a bit of a mistake. So after the 2-1, I was, what, 16 pips up? Or 13? And I just lost all my race advantage. So what would you guys have played? I mean, is it just, I guess the normal play is just to keep the 5 prime and then you wouldn't hit. Although I am surprised that, or not surprised, but I don't understand why it's so bad to play 6 to 3. 6 in, okay, plays 4 to 1. Yeah, he wants to keep a spare, but... Okay, 6-1. Okay. So there's going to be no cube shenanigans here after the double 6. Of course, I'm going to take... That's easy enough. I don't know why I'm counting. I mean, my take point's about 4% or something. Okay. Play that quickly. It's not going to be good enough. So what a silly 2-1 play. But I can't be sure that I wouldn't do something equally stupid if I was presented with a similar position. Because I tried trying to find some sort of logic in the play, and there was some twisted logic in my 2-1. But again, only 4 shots. And then you keep the 6 prime, the 5 prime. Okay, so Zdenek wins 2 points, he goes 6-4. What did I roll? Okay, he plays this. Ooh, I rolled 6-4. Yes, he gets the 1. Yes. He gets the decision, of course. I don't know why I didn't see that at the time.
That's why I played 2-1 like that.
Yeah. I say yeah, I didn't get it at the time, but now I do. Of course, that's sensible. Gets a lower PR. So I start with a 3-1. 3-1. What's happening? Oh, just a little glitch. 3-1, yeah, happy to split. Not in the face of a balled 8-point. 4-3, he's gonna hit and come down. I agree with that. Two-1, I think I'm happy to make the 23. Although it's far from ideal, you know, if he makes the 8-point and the 4-point, then it's unfriendly. So he's gonna make the bar, I think. He's not gonna make the 18. And 3-1. See how long I take over this. I know that there's bad news coming on the horizon. So even as I look at this now, the fact that Zdenek hasn't got the 8-point is a big, big clue to the cube action. If he had the 8-point, then it would be a lot more difficult for me. So I know that I'm going to do this hit, and I can't imagine this is wrong, and then he cubes here. And I was thinking, as far as I remember, this must be a take, I can't pass this. And then as I was looking at it further and further, I was looking at things like just sixes in from the bar. 1 6 2 6 3 6 4 6, and all the shots. But you can stomach that. You can foot the hits. You can just about survive because he hasn't got the 8-point. And then there are just numbers that come in and don't do anything, like 3-1 or 2-1 or 4-1 or 4-2. And I didn't even think about it for this long, and I just sort of thought, oh, it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. But I left this game being in that horrible state of uncertainty as to whether or not I've made a mistake. And it's yeah, it's a huge take. So I mean, I think my take point is without any gammons is something like 4% or 5%, and then because he wins 25% gammons, I need to add 25% to my take point. So I need to have 30% to take. And well, I've got 40%. It's not that easy a position to analyze, but I mean, yeah, it's possibly fairly easy to think one might have in the region of 30% here. It's possible. Again, the question is, would I make the same mistake again? And the answer is, yeah, maybe. Maybe. But, you know, even if things go wrong and I have 3-4 checkers sent back, even 4 checkers sent back, I can probably save the gammon. So that's what I should be thinking. Anyway, I gave it up and I gave away all that match equity. And it went to 6-5. Okay, so this I know that I can pass if I'm not a favourite. So he opens with a 2-1. I think that makes him... I don't know why I'm cubing. So if he cubes now, I have to try and work out. It's a bit complicated because he will have rolled twice, and I will have only rolled once, but he's only rolled a 2-1, gained 3 pips, and I've rolled a 5-2 and gained 7, so I can't remember what the answer is here, whether this is a take or a pass. But I think I'm comfortable with the pass because he's on roll. He's got things like 5-3, double 3, double 5, 6-1's going to make the 5 point. Let's have a look. I think this is probably a pass. Yeah. Okay, it's a big pass. It's a big pass. I need to do a lot more work on so many things. Knowing that it was probably a pass is a lot less certain than seeing that it's a very big pass. Okay. So we go to 6-all, and this is really... this is a beautiful game. So I don't try and cube here. I realise it's 6-all, so 3-4, yep. DMP, obviously split. 6-4, we hate. We don't know how to play this. How do we play this? Okay, hitting. Yeah, down. Okay, yeah, maybe, because we've got a better board. 5-3. At least we're not hit on the 4 point. 5-2. Come in and, yeah, make. So some annoying mistakes that I'm making, like that pass and then clearing the block, clearing the back of the prime, clearing the 9 point, I think it was. Well, of course he's going to hit twice. He's thinking about it. He's got 5 minutes 53, I've got 1:48. So both of us have got plenty of time. Little 5-2, bobbles about on the felt. Okay, come up to the 23, 22. And he fans, so I've got to be a little bit excited now. A little bit excited, even more. What do I do with the 2? I think I can do anything. I'm not going to look up. I don't think it matters too much. All I know is that I'm concerned about him having the 18 point. Ooh. Ah.
Your business, it's critical. That's why we made Lenovo.
A little advert.
Your trusted IT store at Lenovo.com.
Okay, so I did come down. What's going on? Let's go back because we missed some stuff. So the 4-2. I came down. Okay, here we go. We're back. So he comes in with 1. It's still difficult because he's got the 18 point. Now I think I'm happy to make the 8. I got 1 minute 33. It should be okay. It should be okay. So I make the 8. He fans. 4-5. I'm delighted to get the back checkers moving. So I'm going to play up to the 20 point with the 4. And then I think the best use of the 5 is to come out with the same one. Let me see, we have some beautiful comments. I love the comments. So Kenneth, hey Kenneth, hit with 6-4, 13-7 looks like a big mistake. Also, would run with 24-14. Interesting. Interesting. I think Ian is lolling because he kind of knows it's not a big mistake. Let's have a look though. I love the interaction. Let's go back to the 6-4. Here we are. So how big is a big mistake? Well, I don't think it's going to be a mistake anyway, but I don't remember. I haven't looked through this match. Wow. Look at me. Completely wrong. And yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's not even the... Of course, well, I'll say of course, one of the reasons I didn't run is because it doesn't duplicate anything, but at DMP you don't want to just break your 8-point, I suppose. Again, it's easy to say this after seeing the analysis. I mean, I haven't really looked through this match at all. So the second best play is actually just to play both up from the back. Can you believe that? So I lost 3% winning chances. Yeah, Kenneth, perhaps, do you want to tell me why it's a big mistake? I mean, is it obvious? Is it for the reasons I just said? Big, equal. I mean, just to repeat my reasons is I think that you need to play a running game and not get hit. Yeah, I mean, it would struggle to be that 0.08, but I totally give you that. It is a big mistake. It is a big mistake. I can see why I didn't do it. Yeah. But at a normal score, I think you break the 8. Just to get a position that you can cube from. But here, it's a totally different idea. Totally different idea. So completely wrong about that, and thank you for the comment. Hopefully I will remember something like that. Just get the back checkers moving, just run, don't blitz. Don't blitz, don't blitz, don't blitz, stop blitzing. So where are we? We are here. I've just rolled a 4-5 and Zdenek rolls a 2-6. And he's got a tricky 6, but I think he has to come out. Leaving 3 blots is a bit much. Yeah, it is that, but it's just the gain isn't... Like, of course, with this 3-2 play, Zdenek has to do that. I mean, it's not that... In other words, it's not that I shouldn't leave blots, it's just that I really need to get my back checkers moving more than anything. So that... Is this right? Okay. Wow, okay, I forgot about all this stuff, so let me just go back a sec. Because I missed a few things, I was just... Where are we? Can I go back? Yep. Let's go back a little bit. So this is the 4, back to the 4-5. Then Zdenek comes in with a 2-6, which I suppose he has to play like he did. Yeah, I think you're right, Kenneth. I think you always run. So Ian, yeah, maybe you're right, there is some duplication. But in any case, it's not all about duplication. That's, I'm pointing out like a weakness of mine. So 4-3, I just don't, like there, this is an example. For here, this is must be right. Like, you don't want to hit here for no reason. I mean, why would you want to hit anyway? But you're not ever going to be able to cube because it's DMP. So you're just trying to bring your checkers round. And this is kind of the thing that I'm talking about with the 6-4. You don't want to, there's no point in playing the position in a way where you can get some juice from being able to cube. So let's go to XG, and I'm pretty sure that 4-3 is going to be right, just not hitting. Something that involves not hitting, just coming up. Yeah, and hitting is going to be just an error, a big error. So actually the best play is 22-15. I didn't see that. Okay, yeah, I just didn't see it. I just didn't see it. Alright, let's go back to the video. Let's go back. So I made a sensible play at least. It wasn't stupid. But now seeing as Zdenek's got nothing, he has to do something to actually, you know, try and stop me from just escaping. And he has to take the risk. So his 3-2 play makes sense. And then he fanned, and then this is... Do I not just let him anchor? I'm breaking the 8 here. What do you think, Kenneth? What do we think here? Should I just let him anchor? Yeah, I mean, it's just so obvious, but we get so, Ian, we get so hoodwinked or inculcated into thinking about Q... the Q play, but DMP play is not the Q play. So now I'm not so sure about this 6-2. I'm really not sure at all. Do I really want to be hitting here? Why don't I just let him come in on the 23, try and get my checkers round? Just play. What about playing 22-16, 6-4? Let him come in. Is it really so bad to bear in against a 23-point anchor? Let's see. And then again, it's wrong. I mean, it might be small, but it's something to learn here, that there's just no need to... yeah, just... I'm screwing myself up here by hitting, and then I'm like forcing the issue too much when he's got this very nifty 18-point anchor, which is going to make it hard for me to close him out completely. Just let him come in, let him make the anchor, and take it from there. So I really, really much prefer anything that doesn't hit here. So I've learnt something, I think. I think I wouldn't hit. Maybe I was a little bit concerned about time and a little bit off my game, but I don't know. I don't know what was going on. So let's go back to the video. I mean, I can feel it. It can't be right. I don't want to be hit with a 2. So he comes in with 5-3. I luck out. 6-3. Well, the 3 is forced. The 6 isn't necessarily forced, but I suppose it's better to make the 3-point. And now, again, I don't want to be hit with a 2. I'd rather him anchor, I think, on the 2-point than him hit with a 2. I think that's what's going on. So everything's gone right for me, and still... So I hit here. Do I really care about hitting this checker? I'm trying to maximize my chances of closing the 2-point. So I'm losing sight of... I think I prefer to play 11-6, which I do play in the end. Okay. No 2 still. Yeah, I hate that play that I made. Play 11. And now it seems like it's all gone. With the 1-1 in the zone, 11 in the zone, I think what 1 win percent would be higher than not. Hit nice one. So you think you would have hit as well with the 6-2. So double 6. Yeah, bring one in. Okay, I don't think it's going to be a big difference. And now, I hated this play. I just don't know why I didn't switch. My instinct was to switch here. But there's just no reason to leave a shot for nothing. So I got 55 seconds. Just to... Could have closed it out, really, and I didn't. So, 1-4, what am I thinking? Get the checker from the 15 closer.
We're free now. The ride-hailing app that puts you in control, where you can book fastback cabs on tap, instant private rides, and breezy Tier E scooters. Free now. Get there your way. Download the app and ride now.
Okay. So what did I do? I played to the 20 point. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. Again he fans, and again, like, this is why I should have switched. Again he has a 1 just to make the anchor. I hated myself. It was so terrible. And now all sorts of things can go wrong. All sorts of things. Taxi, yeah. 3-2. What did I do? Made some silly... I didn't really know what I was doing. I had a few seconds left. I was panicking and I was annoyed. I was annoyed. There's a 6-2. Okay. That's all I got. Hey, Reese. Okay, 9895. I think my tendency is always to try and find a better play, which isn't such a bad tendency, but it can cost me. Okay, I'm in. I just need to clear before he gets a board. He's got no board, so I'm desperate to take a checker off the 6 point. Don't forget to like this video, guys, and don't forget to get everyone you know to subscribe to this channel. And he's desperate. Why is he playing so quickly? Doesn't need to. 3-2. Look how fast I play that, because I know that I want to clear the 6 before. Okay. Double 4. Ugh. Now he's just going to have a board just at the time where... Six, 3, yeah, 5-2. That's an easy play considering that I'm desperate to get it stripped so I can clear it. That's the 5 point, that is. Is this a shot? Nope. Of course he has a board. Did he play it legally? I don't know. Probably. Clear my throat. 6-4, there's the shot. There's the hit. And 7 checkers off is just not enough. 4, 7, 8, 7 off is not enough. I mean, he's like a 61% favourite, something like that. Plus, I did some stupid stuff, didn't play that well. I could have closed this one out. So 2-6. Can get missed. Double 3 misses. And it just felt like he'd played really well and I'd screwed up, and I was thinking he deserves to win this. I'm pretty sure I know what the result is, but it's been a month and a half. Every chance of leaving another blot, getting another, jostling another one loose as well. Every chance. 2-1, okay. I don't think I'm gonna hit. I'm thinking about the 6-4. Okay, well, let's go. Here we are. I fan. Yeah, why didn't he play 5-1 here? Is there any reason not to play 5-1? He doesn't play it. He doesn't play it. No, I don't think there is a reason. I don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe in some ways there is a little bit of extra chance that you're gonna crack if you roll a bad number, but you're absolutely desperate to get the second checker back. So, like if he does that and I roll a 2-4, and then he's got a checker on the ace point, that kind of thing. That's what he doesn't want, but you have to do this. Okay. Fan. So lucky. Just to keep on fanning. I was so happy to see this double 5. Ooh. So he's a big favourite now. He's a big favourite. So you want a slot? Maybe? Maybe. I don't really know. I don't really know. This leaves bad big doubles, but it does take a man off, and if I roll a 1, he doesn't get hit, so maybe it's a bit silly to slot. 3, yeah, you can't leave it there. Surely he's got 2 checkers off. Does he? No, he does. Right, let's see what... We know what he does. I don't think I would have taken it off. I don't think I would have done. But it looks nice, because if you get missed, you're not going to have repeaters, as in you're not going to be likely to leave another shot next go. And we've still got 4 minutes 42, he's got plenty of time. I'm down to 43 seconds. And I'm just kind of thinking, oh please, just play something, want to get it over with. Okay. The ace 5. I saw the ace, thought, oh. And then I realised I'd hit. Massive favourite, even when he comes in, of course. He's only got 3 men off. So what did he roll? 4-3. Yep. He wants to get hit with double 6. Double 3, so more pain. That's 2. That's 2 of them. Tempting to slot the 6 point, I think. Tempting. If you did it before, why not do it now? Although if you play 5-2 and I come in with a 6-1 or 6-2, you're not dead. So that's 2. It seems wrong to play 4-1 twice, giving me a good double 4. giving me good fours, like 4-5 becomes good, when before it would just fan. 4-3. He's down to 3 minutes now. Definitely worth taking your time. So he does put it here, puts it back. One to play. I think I would play 5-2 and just play it to the 9 point. So I come in and hit. What a shot! Massive, massive, massive. And 3-1 is pretty piss poor. Can I get round? Can I roll a small number? Of course not. So 4s. And he misses. But he rolls a double 6. I'm just trying to like just digest it. What's going on? Am I still winning? And then double 4 is a clincher. Another double 4. Okay, he wasn't happy about that. I kind of don't blame him. I played like a bit of a donkey. Okay, so let's go to the let's have a look at this. He had a few decisions here, so this, where are we? So the 6-3. So it's really close. But it's close. But he was right to take 2 off. I don't really know why. And then with this double 3, yeah, it's not necessary to give the shot now. Now you can still win without slotting. I mean, you don't gain as much, whereas here, like, obviously now you gain a lot by playing 2 off, taking 2 off. But having said that, of course, you lose a lot when you get hit. But here, when you play this double 3, you can still win like easily without having the checker on the 6 point. In fact, I don't really see what it gains you to just put it on the 6 point. I don't really see what he was thinking. But if we go back to some of these silly decisions I had here, some of these decisions, like the 4-1, for instance, it doesn't really matter. So it's really close. And then this double 1. Well, I've seen this, I know the answer, but I would switch. And I think it's pretty clear. Let's see. Yeah. That's clear enough for DMP. Nothing's ever going to be that much of an error on normalized equity. Did we have anything else? Did we have anything else? Does anyone want to see anything? Is 4-5, I think, is reasonable what I did. Just running. Okay. Um, 4-3 we've had a look at. 3-2, he could hit twice. I think anything that hits on the 4 point, I mean, he can't just let me escape. But let's see. Yep, okay, so that we've had a look at. See, it becomes an error on XG Roller Plus 0.03. So that was a match that I could have won like 20 times over and almost did lose. I think the final PRs were something like 3.6, 1.6. So Zdenek played pretty well. Although it all depends on the decisions. Let's have a look. Just a quick run through. Like my for a learning 6-2, I just somehow didn't see 17-9. So this is one that I would never get wrong. A little quick run through. We've done that. The 6-5 just staying there for extra shots. Like I said, 5-4. I'm going to get a double shot. 5-2. I get more shots, don't I? If I stay 6-5. I mean, what am I doing? 6-5. Like, why? I mean, again, I probably concentrate to my detriment too much on the size of the error rather than just look at the concept and the value. I mean, why am I going? This double 2, okay, it's a bit of a weird one. And then this, fine, that's not so bad. The 2-1, just keep the 5 prime. Let those back checkers get hit. And then probably take anything. He's still got he'll still have 2 men behind a 5 prime. And this is a little bit difficult. Maybe I need to cut myself some slack. It's not that easy. It can get, yeah. It looks a little bit threatening. So that's why you don't automatically cube at odd away. And that's it. That's it. I'm knackered. I'm starving, so I'm going to go. But thanks everyone for watching. Please subscribe. Please like this video, and I'll see you